Quote, "The wealth of all wealth is the wealth of hearing. It outtops all other wealth. The greatest wealth, the power of listening." What if I told you that the greatest wealth is not money, gold, or power, but something far more profound? It is the wealth of hearing. The ability to listen deeply. This wisdom has been passed down through generations, yet its meaning is often overlooked. Today, let's explore this idea from multiple perspectives, spiritual, scientific, and practical, along with a small story that shows how listening changes lives. Understanding the quote. When we hear the word wealth, we often think of material success, money, assets, luxuries. But there's another kind of wealth, one that enriches our mind, our relationships, and our very being. The wealth of all wealth is the wealth of hearing. This means that the greatest treasure is the ability to truly listen. But why? Because listening leads to wisdom. Because listening connects us to others. Because listening allows us to grow. Hearing is not just about perceiving sound. It's about understanding, learning, and evolving. Spiritual perspective. From a spiritual perspective, deep listening is one of the highest virtues. It allows us to receive wisdom. Many teachings throughout history emphasize the importance of listening over speaking. It helps us quiet the ego. When we listen, we surrender our own assumptions and open ourselves to new understanding. It fosters compassion. By hearing the struggles and experiences of others, we develop empathy. Think about moments when someone truly listened to you. Didn't you feel valued, respected, and understood? That's the wealth of hearing in action. Silence is not emptiness. It is a space where wisdom enters. Scientific perspective. Science also supports the idea that listening is a form of wealth. Brain development. When we listen actively, our brain forms new neural connections. This improves memory, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence. Mental health benefits. Studies show that being truly heard reduces stress, lowers anxiety, and strengthens emotional well-being. Relationships and success. Great leaders and innovators are excellent listeners. Whether in business, science, or creativity, those who listen make better decisions. In a world filled with noise, listening is a superpower. Let's bring this wisdom to life through a short story. In a small village, there was a wise old man. People came to him with their problems, seeking advice, comfort, and wisdom. But here's the interesting part, he rarely spoke. He just listened. Day after day, people poured out their hearts to him, and somehow, after talking to him, they felt lighter. He never interrupted, never judged, never rushed. One day, a young man asked, "Wise one, why do people feel better just by speaking to you?" The old man smiled and said, "Because true listening is healing. When you listen, you give a person the space to find their own answers." And so, he was called the silent healer. Moral of the story? Sometimes, the greatest gift you can give is your ears. How this applies to everyday life. So how can we apply this wisdom to our daily lives? Listen more, speak less. Next time someone talks to you, pause. Instead of thinking about what to say next, just listen. Be fully present. Put away distractions. Eye contact, nodding, and body language show that you care. Practice deep listening. Go beyond words. Listen for emotions, pauses, and what's left unsaid. Use silence as power. Sometimes, silence is the best response. It allows thoughts to settle and emotions to heal. In relationships, at work, in personal growth, listening is the key to deeper connections and understanding. So, let's return to our quote. The wealth of all wealth is the wealth of hearing. It outtops all other wealth. True wealth is not in what we own, but in what we understand. And the path to understanding begins with listening. So today, I invite you, listen deeply. Because when you do, you open the door to wisdom, compassion, and the richest life possible. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Thank you for joining this exploration of wisdom. If this message resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe for more insights into timeless truths. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step, and every great idea begins with a strong foundation. See you in the next episode.